Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for May 3rd. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Like I said, a new start time on Saturday for Nuggets T-Wolves Game 1. The NBA had changed the start time on Saturday night to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. You can check out the full schedule that they have now released over at denversports.com. So make sure you do that. Now, what about those injuries to KCP, Jamal Murray, and Reggie Jackson? Well, Michael Malone spoke on the rest time that the Nuggets got with the delay until the series starts and how the guys are feeling at yesterday's practice. Take a listen.
Like today?
Just getting back to the gym and working. We had a couple of days to get our minds right, our bodies right. Yesterday was a mental day, turning the page, talking about Minnesota and all the problems that they present. And today was a chance to get on the court, get up and down a little bit, go through some of their plays, go through some of their personnel, get our game plan in, and both offensively and defensively cover what we needed to. So really good energy in the gym today. I think our guys are excited. Long break in between Game 5 and Game 1, but I think our guys needed it, so we took advantage of it.
Speaking of the break, how are you guys doing with the injuries? KCP, Reggie, Jamal with just a little leg injuries?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Coach, you guys. Coach, you guys.
It was made very clear yesterday by Jamal Murray, Michael Malone, that they did not want injuries to be a main talking point. You can see Michael Malone answer the question very short. Jamal Murray, when also asked about his health, very short, saying that he'll be ready to go for Saturday. And one of the main arguments that some have had for why the T-Wolves can beat the Nuggets is Anthony Edwards. He's been a stud for many years now, it feels like, but this year it's taken it to the next level. And Malone spoke on how the young guard plus he threw out a little stat that just to make sure that no one forgot about the last meetups between the two teams. Take a listen.
Well, yeah, hell of a player. 2 of the 4 games this year, I don't know how, but somehow, some way, we held them scoreless in the fourth quarter. And round 1 against Phoenix, I think he's averaging 10 points a game in the fourth quarter alone. As it always starts in transition, he averages 5 fast break points a game by himself. So taking care of the ball is really important, getting back in transition, making him see bodies. And then giving him different looks. I mean, he's a great player. You can't give him the same look personnel-wise or coverage-wise throughout, trying to keep him off balance. He's going to make tough shots. He can get to the basket, he can finish, he gets to the foul line, and he knocks down the three-point shot with great accuracy. So a hell of a challenge, not just for KCP, but everybody on the floor throughout our roster.
Coach, how can the close nature, the intense nature of the Lakers?
Patrick Beverly has lost a lot of subscribers in the last 12 hours after a video went viral of him in a post-game scrum. I actually have an update for it, but I want you to tell me in the comments how you feel about this video as we play it. It's not a good look for Patrick Beverly. Let's just put it that way.
Here.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before I finish.
Yeah.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not subscribe.
So you can't interview me then. No
Okay,
disrespect.
Well, Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Again, there were a couple times within a bucket or two. In previous games, y'all have been able to kind of get over that hump, or maybe. Was it anything they did in particular, or was it just one of those where the bucket didn't go down, there wasn't the stop, they made one? What kind of prevented that you all from being able to get over, kind of like you have in the past?
You'll move that mic, please, or just get out the circle, please, for me, please, ma'am. If you're not subscribed to my pod, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So essentially, the reporter/producer for ESPN posted a response this morning thanking everybody for her well wishes because, of course, this is rather embarrassing to have happened to you. And I personally can't imagine trying to do my job and having a player push away a microphone. It's one thing to not ask a question, but to push away a microphone multiple times and then ask you to leave the scrum. I can't imagine that embarrassment and feeling so singled out, but she did tweet out this morning that Patrick Beverly, in fact, did call her, and the Bucks organization also had reached out to her as well to give her an apology. She ends up putting in the tweet, "Kindness and grace always wins," which I do have to agree with. So I'm glad to see that some apologies were made, but yes, definitely an unfortunate situation. We hope doesn't happen again. Move on to the Colorado Rockies now, because the Marlins had a record of 6-24 prior to their 3-game sweep of the the Rockies. That's the worst record entering a series of 3+ games that a team has swept since the Washington Nationals swept the Boston Bean Eaters in September of 1886. Yes, you heard me say that right. Not 1986. 1886, and you only have a name like the Boston Bean Eaters back in that time. But the Rockies blew it in the 10th, and they end up losing to the Marlins 5-4. They have yet to win a series, but the Rockies did hold a team meeting after their loss to the Marlins yesterday. The clubhouse was closed, and there was no post-game presser from manager Bud Black. Maybe, just maybe, there could be possibly change coming to the Rockies organization. To know that you're the worst team in baseball at this point, you are losing to teams who are just as bad as you, and you're losing in the 10th inning. I'm like, we just got to give up with the Rockies, everybody. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say, but maybe there can be change coming. I'm very curious how the team meeting went. There has to be a lot of frustration that is boiling over, and you just wonder, how short is the leash for Bud Black at this point? Moving on to hockey now. We got all eyes on Vegas and Dallas tonight. Make sure you tune in. It is an 8 p.m. Mountain Time puck drop. The Stars currently lead the series 3-2 with the Golden Knights, and if the Stars win, the Avs will travel to Dallas. If the Golden Knights win, obviously we will have, in fact, a Game 7 coming up here in the next few days. So make sure you pay attention to that one, of course, if you are a Colorado Avalanche fan. Now we will move on to the NFL because Matthew Stafford wants the Rams to put their money where their mouth is and make a true commitment through 2025. It also sounds as if Sean McVay is willing to do it. Also, in a new interview, McVay said, "We were taking it a year at a time, but as long as he wants to play, we're fortunate to have him as our quarterback." Some more quarterback news. Geno Smith is disputing media reports that he is on shakier grounds than people realize as the starting quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. A lot has changed in Seattle since the end of the 2023 season. Quarterback Sam Howell was acquired from the Commanders, and longtime coach Pete Carroll was replaced with Mike McDonald, excuse me. But Smith says the reports are not true, writing on X, "You just made this BS up. Media is full of liars. It's so crazy." Some other crazy information is Eagles running back Saquon Barkley was spotted at last night's game between the 76ers and the Knicks in Philadelphia. He was shown on the Jumbotron and got booed by New York fans in attendance. Barkley took to social media to say, "It's been 2 months, LOL. No way you can still be this mad. Blank can't even go to a basketball game." And a fan responded pointing out that Barkley bailed on New York, but Barkley wasn't having it. He said, "Let me educate some of you fans here. I can't bail or become a traitor if I never got an offer to come back. So I went to the organization I felt that was best. And after already being here for a month, man, I'm excited to be an Eagle. Go Birds." I can't believe there was no offer made to Saquon Barkley. I get it. The expectations were never met when it come to him. I'm sure it was going to be an expensive deal. But you would have thought that there would have been some sort of talks, and he would have put out that message. It just came as a little bit of a surprise to me. Now, Patrick Mahomes, he is always hyping himself up, and the Chiefs, and for good reason, after they just won 2 Super Bowls. But Patrick Mahomes is promising the corn dog play in the next Super Bowl. So in the past Super Bowl, the Chiefs used the corn dog early in the fourth quarter against the Eagles on their way to the 38-35 win. Excuse me, that one was 2 years ago. And a year later against the 49ers, the Chiefs used a version of the corn dog for a walk-off win on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Mahomes to McCole Hartman. In a recent interview, Mahomes said, "That play was freaking sweet, man. We ran the corn dog one against the Eagles. Sorry, it was a touchdown, won the game. And then we were going to run a fake version of that against the 49ers and then do a little shovel pass, and it was wide open again. So next year in New Orleans, we're going to do it again. Put it on the table. We're going to do it again. I'm telling you." Which means if they're playing in New Orleans, they're going again to the Super Bowl, and no team has ever won 3 consecutive Super Bowls. It will be very interesting. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for spending just a little bit of your time with me. But yes, let's see. Denver, Minnesota, make sure you got that right. 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you are tuning in on Saturday night. It has changed. They were supposed to play later, and then 8 p.m. on Monday night here in the Mile High City. So plenty of good stuff right there. Let's see your comments because it's my favorite part of every single day. Let's see. Happy Friday, Rachel. Happy Friday, Paul. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Happy Friday, Rachel, and have a great day. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We got 7 more days before you can be entered into win. Come hang out with myself, the entire Denver sports team right here in our studios. Get lunch from Brothers Barbecue, and then go watch a little bit of The Drive with Philip Lindsay and Zach Bai. So make sure you subscribe right now. Let's see. Wow comes off like a jerk. Yeah, he definitely did. Patrick Beverly came off like a major jerk. I was shocked. And some people were like, he just lost a series. Like, give him a little bit of credit. And I'm like, no. There's no credit. Just because you couldn't do your job and go out there and win games doesn't mean somebody else shouldn't be able to do their job and ask questions. That's my personal opinion. Hey, my girl Rachel, what's up? How do you see the Nuggets and Timberwolves series going? I'm actually going to answer this question today on Coffee Break. Come hang out with me, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Solo episode today. We're going to talk a little bit about my worries for the T-Wolves series, how many games I think it's going to be, and how long who I think will end up winning the series eventually. So come hang out with us at 12 p.m. for that one. Yay. Let's see. Seattle media likes to create drama. They did with Russ yearly. I have heard that there was definitely a lot of talk about pretty much anybody with the Seahawks up there. And if you have one thing that is said, it is blown up majorly. So definitely interesting right there. Knights or Stars, Rachel, who do you want? Okay, so my answer to this, and actually, I'm going to tease it. I'm going to make you guys wait for this as well. We're going to talk about this on Coffee Break. So come hang out with us, how I'm feeling and which one I would rather do when it comes to who I want the Avs to play. So sorry. If I'm going to make you wait a little bit longer on that one. But I have a good answer, I promise. So definitely worth it. Come hang out with me and let's talk a little bit of sports. 12 p.m., like I said. Do anything Avs or / Nuggets games conflict? So that could be a possibility. We were actually talking about this before we went live here in the Denver Sports Studio, is if Dallas wins, there is a possibility that both the Nuggets and Avs could be playing on Monday night, because the Avs would obviously be on the road in Dallas, so they could play, and then the Nuggets at home versus the T-Wolves. So there could be some conflicting times, which would be a huge bummer. Personally, I would love to be able to watch both of them, whether that be Tuesday night or Sunday night or whatever it's going to be. So yes, that could definitely be a possibility. Any injuries with the Nuggets of significance? Great question. No, not at this point. To be honest, once you hit the playoffs, usually everybody's bodies are already beaten up so much that even happens into the season a little bit. So the fact that Jamal Murray is saying they're ready to go, Michael Malone is saying they're ready to go, I assume everybody will be ready, even if that means they're pushing through a little bit of pain. Jamal's obviously a little frustrating, but we saw him go out with the ice bag on his hamstring the other night in Game 5 against the Lakers, and look at how well he played. So yes, it was a slow start for him. He gets rolling, but overall, I wouldn't be too worried about any of the injuries for the Denver Nuggets. But that's going to do it, you guys, for this Friday. Let's roll Nuggets Kingdom. Let's go, everybody. I'm so ready for Saturday night. I can't believe it's tomorrow, actually. It's crazy. It's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a really good series. Buckle up and then come hang out with me at 12 p.m. over on Coffee Break. Love you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you at 12 p.m. Bye.